So I'm going to say it because I don't want y'all to forget what I'm saying. Like I said, this is going to get dealt with. And I told y'all what I want done. And I want these boomers removed from Earth. All of them. Of course, except for the females. Except for the females. Except for the females. Unless you did something terrible and you like, what I did do horrible things. You too then. You got to go. It's not a joke. You know, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Because, like I'm saying right now, and I don't need to convince you that this needs to happen. I'm just telling you. I'm not. Cause maybe y'all won't listen to me. Maybe you won't do what I say. Maybe you say, well, I don't. We can't really. Okay, I'm not here telling you what you need to do because I'm trying to convince you that it's something you should do. I'm just telling you what need to happen. Period. Okay. These boomers have to be removed from any position of authority or power if they want to be around, even around us at all, in this new world that's coming in to the fore here in the future, for this future. All boomers can't be a part of it in a way that says what they think matters, that they're in control, they have a position of authority. They have to relinquish all power. Any land that they say they own, you can't have it. Any industry, you can't have it. You can't be in charge of shit. You can't have money. You can't have financial power. You can't have influence. You can't none of that shit. You can't have none of that. Okay? Period. None. Not in the world. Not in this world. Boomers must accept this. They can't be walking around acting like they're important. Otherwise, they gotta go. They gotta be removed. They can't be in the world misrepresenting the whole fucking world. They have been here doing this since World War II. Okay? Since World War II. Yes, those people, the boomers, since then have been responsible for every single last fucking thing you see have occurred on the face of the earth since World War II. And it has been them specifically cause all of this shit happening here. The boomers. Many of them have been alive now. 70, 80 fucking years. 80 some fucking years, some of them. They are the ones responsible for this shit. And I'm just going to give a basic example so y'all understand why this is so serious and why it needs to be dealt with. Okay? Why I don't have no association to their actions. I don't want to be blamed for nothing they do. We're not the fucking same. It's not like every man is that way. Every man is not like that. Men is just not like this. That's just how the fuck you behave. This is the first time it's ever happened on earth, I would say. And it's only your generation responsible for it, period. None ever on earth before. Ever on earth before. And there were some bad times on earth, okay? This one is the worst group. And I don't mean worse in a way like, oh, they really did something. I mean worse in a way like they don't do shit at all. They just don't do shit whatsoever. They never did anything. And they keep trying to take credit by saying we and I and establishing themselves as authorities because they're older and association to authority because of this. Taking credit and responsibility for what other people do. Gen X are the ones that created all blues, jazz. They created rock and roll music. At least the advancement of jazz. At least the early days of jazz came from some boomers, yes. But when it established into itself, as the jazz we know today, that came from Gen X. Pop music came from Gen X. Whole pop music come from Gen X. The whole pop music, all R&B, come from Gen X. Hip hop, all hip hop come from Gen X. Come from our recent generations, Gen X, Millennial, Gen Z. All these things, all industries, all advancements, all sophistications of civilization and societies, democracies, every functioning thing, everything that is advanced in the world today that we've come to, come from us. Do not come from the boomers. And basic example I'm giving you for why we need to deal with this issue is that the boomers had a goddamn, what they came out with was a fucking doomsday clock after World War II because of the nuclear capability that they literally dropped on Japan for no fucking reason. We didn't do that. So, and then they say this is something terrible that humanity did. Humanity didn't do a motherfucking thing. You did that shit. We would have never did the shit. All right? Humanity didn't do a motherfucking thing. Boomers, that's what you did. Then you come out with the doomsday clock. And the doomsday clock today is so close to ticking over to completely the end of time. Meaning it's saying, look, it's right there. Just any old thing. And everyone dies on earth. It's doomsday. Do you know who's responsible for that clock? Who created that clock? Is the goddamn boomers to begin with. Created the clock. And during Reagan's administration, it was Gen X that reset the fucking clock. Then of recent, millennials reset the fucking clock again. And how in the fuck, you have to ask yourself, is that clock so close to tipping over right now? How? But because of Gen X? Because of millennials? Because Gen Z? It's not because of any other group of humanity, the face of the earth, except for one fucking group of people. And I mean, is just because of this group, the boomers who have been here this entire time, who have literally done nothing but take credit for shit they never fucking did. These boomers, the worst generation of humans ever existing on earth, who all have ever done keep acting as if they are a part of another group of people that they aren't, acting like if they're younger than they ought to be. Now they see Gen X don't do that. They say, oh, yeah, we don't do that. Say, well, y'all do that? Gen X never knew that's something you do. Why did y'all do that? Millennials don't do it. Gen Z not trying to do it. Why y'all do that? Boomers are the only ones act like they are part of things they have nothing the fuck to do with. Associate themselves with shit they have nothing the fuck to do with. They were here while things were advancing as society was establishing itself, and they keep acting like they are part of things they had nothing the fuck to do with. And the things that they do have something to do with, they blame it on all of humanity. They say, that's just human fault. That's your fucking generation fault. You are the only group responsible for that kind of behavior on earth. Your irresponsibility is the cause of all that kind of behavior on earth at all. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be here. It would never have occurred on earth at all. And when you see Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, all of us have been working diligently to eradicate these things from existing on the earth at all. Who is it that have been preventing them from doing that? Who is it who has the doomsday clock ready to click over to the end of the world? Is the boomer generation. And they still outside today, outright disrespecting grown fucking men as if they're children, as if they didn't do that already to Gen X. They doing it to millennials. They waiting to see Gen Z become of age so they could do it to them too. What the fuck do y'all think this is? Do y'all think I'm waiting my time is to be wasted? Do y'all think my motherfucking time here is to be wasted? Y'all did that to Gen X already. Y'all tricked Gen X to believe that just you keep on working at it, and once you get to my age, you'll be. And then what did they do? They still told you it's not enough. They said it's not enough. You still got to do more. You didn't. You still. You understand? Now they trying to act like they could tell that to me. You didn't tell me that shit. I'll be the last motherfucker you tell that shit to. You not telling me a motherfucking thing at all. Y'all is responsible for all the worst things that have ever happened on earth. And I don't mean that in a respectful way. I mean it in a way in which you don't fucking do shit at all. You just don't do shit. You're just incompetent and irresponsible. I mean it like this. And then you try to say it was everyone else that's that way. Gen X is a very responsible group. Gen X is a bunch of hustlers. They taught everyone else how to do this. Not you. Millennials learned from Gen X to do shit. They paved ways for Gen Z so they didn't have to hustle and struggle the way Gen X did because of fucking boomers. And then now, the clock is threatening to tick over at the end of the world from the very group of people who created it to begin with. And only they are the ones who have been causing it to tick forward towards the end of their lives. They want to bring an end to this world. And if y'all don't deal with them soon, that's exactly what they're saying is going to fucking happen.